Hi, girlies. Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Alina here.
Hey, guys. It's Amanda.
Can you believe it? We are in our studio.
Yay. We were so excited to find this.
I cannot believe it. The day has come. We have been dreaming about this, talking about it, manifesting it.
And now we're here.
I'm so excited. It's funny because I feel like we have trauma from that one episode that we tried to do with the champagne bottles. And we're like checking the cameras because now we have a full, totally new setup.
I feel like we need to tell them what happened.
Yes. We had a totally new setup now. So we're like checking that our mics are on, checking that every camera is on, and just so paranoid.
The things we do for you guys.
Literally. So when we recorded our New Year's episode, let me tell you, we had just gotten new mics. It was our first time doing it in person with a different setup. We had to pop 3 separate champagne bottles just to get that episode off the ground.
And we didn't even have all 3. We had to go and buy more because we thought one was a good.
We literally recorded popping a champagne bottle saying Happy New Year. No sound, just cameras. Then the second time, nothing recorded. And we had to go to the store 3 separate times. I'm sure they were like, what are these girls on? Like buying all the champagne every 5 minutes.
And we didn't even drink any of them.
We were so pissed by the end of it. We were like, oh my God. There is nothing worse. Like, we learned our lesson. We've checked everything. Hopefully. We sound good. We look good. So very exciting.
Yes, we're so excited. And thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
And thank you guys for guessing what our surprise was.
Oh, I have to say, not one person. We asked everybody on social media, like, what do you think? Like, we had a little question box. What do you think our surprise announcement is? Not one person guessed studio, which I guess is exciting because no one sees it coming.
I think my guess was pretty good.
Amanda decided to weigh in on our poll. And she guessed that the surprise was that Amanda is pregnant.
Sorry, guys, I'm not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Amanda, I don't know what it is, but we have this thing, I swear, every month where she's like, you think I could be pregnant? And I swear, you're dreaming. You're like, you just want to get pregnant. And I'm like, girl, you take birth control faithfully. Like
every day, 12 o'clock.
Faithfully. Like,
yes.
No, you're not pregnant. I have to give her a speech every time. It's hilarious. But yes, one day we'll have a little Mandy, and then our kids will be best friends, and we'll be living in our gated community, sipping mimosas.
I'm manifesting us trying at the same time, being pregnant at the same time. We'll do a little photo shoot together.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'll hold your belly, then you hold mine. Real friendship.
Honestly, yes. And we have to have like the same gender at the same time so they can be best.
Yes. Or they can fall in love
and they get
like
married and then we're real family even though we're family.
Manifesting.
So funny. I can't wait.
We got to put that on our vision board for next year.
For sure. Let's talk about Coachella. So this past weekend was Coachella.
And I just want to say I'm probably one of the only people that do not give a crap about Coachella.
Listen, I'm not a festival girly, okay? I'm not. I would rather rip my eyelashes out one by one than go to a festival. Like, you could not pay me to want to go to Ultra or like any of those things.
And Coachella's like in the desert. I'm more like,
okay. If there were one that I would go to, it would be Coachella because I think it's still fun. I think the music is more like could still be our speed. Like they have more mainstream artists. They have a variety of genres and it's more fun. And I honestly would love to go for the outfits.
I was just going to say that if I was to go, I would just be like, my outfit's going to look sick.
Yes. Yes. Like some cute denim, little 2 pieces. Like
I don't even care if I end up on
makeup.
Like one of the worst dress there. I made it.
Yeah. Like no, but really you would not be. That was like the point of going. Like I would just die to just do the outfits. Like I'll go and then.
Little space buns, some like glitter on my face.
Literally.
I'm here for it.
So cute. So cute. So that definitely here for. I have to say something that I have been like preaching about since day one finally happened over Coachella weekend. Megan Fox. And she was forced. Let me just say this was not like an at-will situation.
On the spot.
But Megan Fox was interviewed by E! At Coachella and they sat her ass down and they had to say, ma'am.
What do you think?
Hello, Megan. Earth to Megan Fox. we need to talk about Love is Blind. It's like she should have spoken out on her own. It would have been so much funnier that way.
Yeah.
And the headlines were like, oh, Megan Fox breaks silence. No, Megan Fox forced in a chair answering an interview question.
We've been waiting for this
to
tea.
respond.
Yes.
Yeah. So she starts off like all fluffy, like, oh, yeah, I don't really watch the show, but everyone told me about it, blah, blah, blah. And then she got into her response. So it's like she kind of was like acknowledging that she hasn't played into it. But she said everywhere she goes, somebody asks her about it. Even celebrities have asked her about it. So come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think she should have just addressed it just to address it. But I think her response was also super nice. She didn't like say like, there's no way that chick looks like me. So I think she went about it respectfully, but I feel like she knew someone was going to, I think she had this already rehearsed.
It sounded very PR, but it was a great answer. I'll read it. I have it. It's from E. She said, I've never had more people text me about something because I don't really watch TV very much. Okay, ma'am. Actually, she was on Call Her Daddy, and the first thing that she said on Call Her Daddy was that she was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah, she's a book person.
Yeah.
I think she has a poem book out.
Oh, does she?
She does.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you're right. Mm-hmm. She does. And it's very deep, apparently, and
I
reveals
heard it's
a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that. Mm-hmm.
So that would be an interesting read, actually.
Megan Fox, want to come on the
Yes,
pod?
Queen. Megan. She said, but I've had a lot of people stop and text me, even other celebrities. Okay, let's get to the part that we care about. She was like, I didn't watch it, but I think in general, no one deserves to get bullied. I don't think she deserved that. I think people went way too hard. I did see a picture of her. 100,000% people have told her, you kind of look like Megan Fox. So I believe she's telling the truth, and I hope like she has that sparkle in her eye. I hope the world didn't steal it from her. Mine died long ago from being bullied for 20 years. So I hope that doesn't happen to her. Best wishes and blessings.
Time out. Who the heck is bullying Megan Fox?
Exactly.
Queen. Crazy.
I know. But you know what? It comes with the territory. And apparently in high school, too, she was, like, not the it girl or anything like that by any means. So I think, like, it's also, like, a deep-rooted thing. But just in general, like, when you're in the spotlight, that's what happens. She also did mention when I saw the interview that, like, she mentioned her eyes having, like, that slant and being really blue and how she can see it. So at least she, like, acknowledged it. Because at first I thought she was kind of skating around, like, okay, not directly saying I see it or I don't.
Yeah.
But it was a nice answer.
It was.
And I'm sure she felt bad that she's gotten all this shit for
But I also feel like Chelsea handled it well. I feel like she didn't seem down. Like, I don't know what she's going through behind closed doors, but she, like, laughed about it. I feel like when people make comments, she, like, she wasn't, I didn't feel like she took to being bullying. I think she was just like.
Chelsea handled this like a queen.
Yes.
I didn't even like Chelsea on Love is Blind, but the way that she handled the negative attention made me love her. Mm-hmm. She made it such light of the situation. She poked fun at herself.
Can we talk about, is she really dating? What's his name?
Oh, you know what's funny? I don't even freaking remember his ass.
Jeremy. No.
No.
Jeremy was the one that,
oh
who
my
stupidly.
God. I see his stupid face. Like those memes of that purple guy.
What is his name?
Oh my God. Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Fucking Jimmy. I can't. I hope to God not that they're not actually dating. I think they were definitely exploring something.
Which is, to me.
Honestly, I don't know.
I have no words. But then again, like maybe they're different outside of. I'm like.
I don't buy it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Like, she is way too good for him, and she just is not. He is just not into her, like, at all. And they keep forcing a fit. And she even said, we tried for 4 days after filming, and he immediately was like, look, I don't want to do this.
And no offense, but he's not, like, no bag of chips or nothing.
At
I wouldn't
all.
even, like.
At all. What are you holding on to? Chelsea, run. Go. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. It's not
Jimmy
even
needs to come down his high horse.
Literally, he had everybody in a chokehold. Even Jessica, who was, like, absolutely perfect. Like, she's still, like, there's something.
I mean, Jessica, right when she, like, after filming, after she didn't get picked, still had, like, a thing for him. I found that a little, after seeing what he looked like, I was like, that man played you. Like, he basically didn't want to be with you because you said you had a kid. And then you're still, like, feeling a little, I would have.
It was so weird, too, because even afterwards, she's like, I'm, like, putting together that this is the guy that, like, I had, like, fallen for and whatever. So, like, she feels still connected to him. And I'm like, There's nothing really like that was
I would have
there.
felt so much better. I would have been like, oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. There's rumors now that she had a fling with Harry Jowsey, who she was on Perfect Match.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it worked out as well in her favor from Perfect Match. Like, she left Love is Blind and should have left Love is Blind on that high, in my opinion, because she came out like a star. Everyone is obsessed with her. She looks great. Whatever. Make your exit and go on and do your ventures. Then she immediately jumped into Perfect Match, which hasn't aired yet. And she's made comments on her stories like, I hope that those of you who've like been riding with me like know who I am and stay with me and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, are you setting us up for like, maybe you didn't have
I mean, even her little thing with Harry, like I did you watch Too Hot to Handle that he was in?
No.
Hated him in that.
Really?
Ugh, like so young, immature. He was dating what's that chick that was on it with him? Now she's like,
I don't
with
even
a woman.
know.
I
really don't know much about him. Like, I didn't even watch that show because some of them are just too
Francesca.
trashy.
You know Francesca.
Oh, yes.
So he, they were like on Too Hot to Handle together, and he like would lie about things they like. I had the biggest ick from that. So I was just like, really, Jessica? That's who you have to like. Yeah. Maybe he grew up, but like I'm just.
I don't think that that's who she's at all dating. I think it was just that in the moment thing. And then she's rumored to like actually be. She had hinted on Nick Viall's podcast that she was dating another castmate from the show. She kind of gave hints based off of like what her type is like. So I think it might be that guy Ariel that was on there. He had like a man bun. He was taller, beefier, had a beard.
I don't think anyone from that season, I'm just like, oh, what a great guy.
Right. Agree. Totally.
Like no one stood out to me that's like would be perfect for her, in my opinion.
Yeah, no. Even the two that like now I can't even remember at this point. The two at the end, like the little.
That did get married?
Yeah.
The birth control people?
Yes, exactly. Like, what is that? Everyone's like, they're so great. I'm like, no. Like, first of all, you have nothing to cling to. This is the only couple you have to have hope for. And look at the nonsense. Have you not heard of a condom, sir? Like,
I was mind blown. I was like, is this really a conversation?
I can't. We have to talk about the other news though at Coachella because we're veering off course.
Lay it on me.
You're going to love this.
Oh, God.
My girl Taylor Swift was at Coachella with Travis Kelce. And I know you were just so excited.
I thought after the Super Bowl I would be done hearing about these people.
Come on.
Waste 2 minutes of our lives. Go ahead.
Okay. Taylor, I love you, queen. I just love to see her in this era. No pun intended. Just kidding.
Dating a real man.
Yes. Dating a daddy. Dating a real man. She's out there like. We have never seen her like this, just being a normal girl. Like, think about
she seems happy.
How she's always been. She's had to be so, like, reserved, quiet. Like, she can just be herself, be free. The fact that, like, even after one of the games, she was, like, just riding around with him, top down in a convertible. Like, it's not that serious. Like, she can just be herself. She's enjoying life. She's at Coachella, like everybody else her age. And she was wearing one of his little New Heights, like, podcast baseball hats. I was like, yes, girl.
I can literally throw up.
No. You love love.
No, I do love
line.
love. Like when you get so sick of love, that's how I feel about them. Oh. Like, okay, go be happy, go pop out some kids, get married so we can talk about it.
Amanda's in a happy relationship, so I don't know where this is coming from. No.
I think I'm tailored and Travis out. I'm just like, oh.
I have to talk about something. Let me speak it into existence. This is so embarrassing, okay? You know,
I never know where your mouth is going to go.
Yeah, and that's the point. Welcome to the Please Podcast.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
We have some sounds here. Hold on. There's another one.
What do you mean by that?
We're going to test these out throughout the show. I don't know what all
Bear
the buttons do.
Bear with us.
But, okay. So you know how you, like, enter contests on Instagram?
Yes.
But it's, like, embarrassing. Like, you can only, like, you have certain friends that you're like, I can tag her in this, and it's not embarrassing. Like, I can tag you in something when I'm like, I want to win this giveaway for Pretty Little Thing, or I want to win, like, But when you really think about, like, anybody else that you know, seeing that you commented for the giveaway, sometimes I get a little, like, uncomfy.
For me, like, I rarely do them unless it's something I really want.
Yeah.
But once they're like, repost to your story, I'm like,
Yes.
out of it.
Yes, correct. But girl, I got to tell you. So Taylor, I need to see her Eras
Oh,
tour.
God. Are we talking about the tickets?
Yes. So I need to
tagged
see
me in
her.
this.
I did. I tagged everyone. I need to go to Eras, and
Are they sold out or are they just expensive?
so listen to this. This is how bad it is. You have to register for the dates that you want, and it's like a lottery. You either get an email saying that you can get a number to be in the queue to get online to buy tickets, or you're denied from even ever entering the site to buy tickets.
Sorry,
So
T Swift. I don't like you that
I have
much.
tried for multiple dates. Athena has tried. Love you, girl. And we cannot get any not like to get into buy tickets. We can't even enter the site because we are never picked in the lotto to enter the queue. So literally we have no shot unless we buy like day of resale tickets.
I got you. What we're going to do is once she performs.
We're going to sneak in.
No.
Go through the back.
We're going to
cut the corner,
YouTube
we're gonna
it
jump
and
the
act
fence.
like we're there. I'll come over. We'll watch it on
those
TV.
People that like film the TV and they're like there. No, I'm not doing that. There is a movie out of her whole tour, but I refuse to watch it because in my head,
You are so funny.
I know I'm going. And my last chance, it's in Miami for my birthday weekend in October. Like the stars are aligned. So
cute.
this one girl is giving away Miami tickets. I entered, I tagged everybody. I tagged you a few times. I even reposted to my damn story.
Oh, the embarrassment.
But I'm mooching on this girl so heavy. Like she is like an up and coming artist. So she's giving away tickets so people will like get to know her. And I'll write on her shit and I'm like, I love your music.
I hope
I'm
this helps.
completely poaching her. She followed me, bitch.
Oh.
She fucking followed me.
Well, now
She's
she
not
definitely
following
can't.
all
But
the
now she
others.
definitely can't give you the tickets because it's like, oh, she picked someone that
Don't
she follows.
say that. No.
She ruined
I think
it.
she has me in her back pocket, and we're going to find out on April 19th when Taylor drops her album. And I'm telling you, I will be back here on April 19th.
I just want to say, like, I love music. Like, gets me through all my moods I'm in.
Yeah.
Sad music,
Yes.
working out, house music. But I would never be that diehard for anyone. Like, I would never stand on a crazy line for nothing, pay
No.
crazy amounts. But there are people like you out there. Like, I have.
Like me.
Yes, people that
I'm
like.
not going to do, okay, hold on. Let's dial it back. I'm not going to wait outside in a tent in the rain
I
for
don't believe
tickets.
you.
Are you kidding me?
You
I
would.
went on Instagram. If I really wanted to go to the show, I would pay how much money to go to the show. I can still buy a resale ticket right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going
Just gonna harass
I'm
some
not going to
singer
go spend
and get her tickets.
$800 for, yeah, exactly. I'm going to let this hoe know that it's my birthday and that I need the tickets. And you know what's funny? Everybody is writing on my comment.
Oh.
And they're like, she deserves it. Pick her. And
I'm embarrassed that we are friends right now. Oh. And
You.
we might have to, like, get rid of this whole scene. I don't need these people.
Literally, it's a comment and a story post that disappeared. So it's not as drastic as you think, but I'm just putting together these breadcrumbs I have to delusionally say
I should do it.
I'm
I
gonna
should.
win.
And what if I win? I'd be like,
win.
I would be the most like, great, thanks. Give them
Sometimes
to you.
I feel like that happens. Like people win shit, and it's like you didn't even deserve it that bad.
Okay, I don't mean to like knock on older people, but when
Yeah.
they win the lotto, I'm just like,
100.
I'm young and I have so much more
Yes.
to live. And you, what are you going to do with the rest of that?
And you're fine, and you already have a house, and you have your cars, and you have your pool, and your grandbabies.
Oh, I'm
and your
thinking.
business.
I'm thinking like you're close to like,
Oh,
like.
oh,
I'm thinking you can't live
you're
long
like,
enough.
you're gonna die. What do you need that money for? I'm weak.
am going to hell.
Oh my God. Well, at least you did your cross, honey. The Lord and Savior will protect
I've seen it a
you.
few times where I'm just like, and then they're like, oh, I went and quit like my part-time job because I was just,
I could vomit.
I know.
Like, this is really sad. Every time, and I really convince myself every time I buy lotto tickets, I don't just buy a couple, honey. I buy like $30 or $40.
I think of the numbers myself thinking that'll help.
Yeah. You're like, oh, God. Sometimes I tell God, just tell me which number, and I just close my eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's the one I was guided to. That's how I do it.
That's how I pick my Super Bowl boxes.
And then sometimes I do a random, yes, but my girl Amanda, she did great on these Super Bowl boxes.
And I always pick.
Wait.
Yes. The key is to pick numbers that are sentimental. Like I did like 10 the month I was born, the day I met my boyfriend.
Yes.
But Some people, when I see them pick, I'm like, they don't know how this works because you don't want to put your name in the same row. I mean, I guess maybe it's a technique for them, but you get the same number. You want to switch it up so you get different numbers.
Right, so that you have varied chances. Because if you lock in on that number, you're stuck.
Yeah. What if it's like a 5?
Yeah.
Asked out.
You had some crazy numbers. You had the 0 and 3, right?
I had 7 and 3. I had some good ones.
Oh, those are actually great.
Yeah,
numbers.
they weren't bad. Yeah, 0
There was
0.
like
I think I had.
Yes, I think that was there was some weird one that you had that was like it just kept working out for you.
And I was kind of like, ugh, I won 3 out of 4. I want to win all 4.
Yeah.
So I won as much as the main winner, but I was still like,
it's so funny. It's so funny, but that was amazing. And all I ask is that you give me that same energy back when I win my Eras tickets. Like the judging. You're my sister and my best friend. So, like, I need you to just be here and support.
I hope you win.
Thanks.
I'm gonna. Want me to threaten her? I'll slide in them DMs and threaten her.
I forget what her name is. Megan Walsh. Everybody go follow Megan Walsh.
Damn! Now all these people are gonna enter. Cause now they got chances.
No, don't enter. Just tag me
and heart hers.
Don't enter. Just tag me and comment and be like, you are the most deserving ever.
I'll message her. I will get your music canceled if you do not.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know how.
We're
I'm like a little
too much fun with
I'm
these
a little
buttons.
ant, but I know.
We're so sorry, but like this is our first time in the studio and we're gonna use it.
Okay, I want to do it.
Go ahead.
Message.
Oh, that was lame.
A good one.
It's an evil world we live in.
Ooh, preach.
Especially if you don't get them
You're
tickets.
judging me. So, anyways, yeah, those we'll learn the buttons and we'll use them at the appropriate times, but just bear with us while we don't use them at the appropriate times. Guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here. The one thing before we start our book, we just need to talk about really quickly. Our girl, Sofia Vergara, who has been a thread throughout the episode.
Queen.
Stepped out with her Dr. Daddy. She made him Instagram official. She posted this beautiful, delicious zaddy. Fox.
A little salt and pepper going on.
Silver Fox. She posted him on her stories. She's recovering from surgery, and she said something along the lines of like, you know, when you're recovering, make sure you get a hot doctor that can sleep
Stay
with
the
you
night.
after.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, oh yeah. I was like, oof. So
congrats to you.
Congrats to you. I'm pretty sure Joe Manganiello, he was also dating, so it's all good.
Oh, he will be
He
fine.
is fine.
He will be fine.
He is okay. He is okay. And then we have, similarly, Giselle Bundchen. She's moved on from Tom Brady. But what's interesting.
Silly girl. Tom Brady and that arm.
silly, honey. What's crazy is that she's with her, like, jujitsu instructor, which I find a little sketchy. When you are in a relationship and you are, after the relationship ends, you're with somebody that you were
like dating your trainer.
Acquaintances with before while you were with your husband, that to me is a little bit, like, uncomfortable.
Red flag. Is there a red flag button?
There's a something. That's not it. We're going to, so sorry, guys.
Bear with
Dial
us.
it back.
We should do that. We should do a little red flag.
Yeah. That's
coming soon.
So I don't know. I feel weird about this one. Like, not sure.
We're not saying that that's what happened.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
just saying it's a little
and
sus.
it's like when you go from Tom Brady, but maybe she just wants a sense of normalcy. And I feel like Tom, you know, here's the other thing.
Watch what you say about my man.
No, listen, that's fine, girl. Tom Brady is already like suggesting that he's going to go back out there on the field. He had this insane contract with Fox Sports to be like an announcer, a commentator, something. He just still hasn't even done it because we know he's like dying to get back on the field, like, or whatever he's prolonging. He put out feelers and he was like, hey, like throughout the season, if anyone gets hurt and they need their QB, like he just wants to get back out there, get another ring and go back home.
Yeah.
But I find it so funny because he retired the first time and was like, this is the end of the chapter. I'm going to go be with my family and my kids and like whatever. And then like immediately after was like JK does a whole other season, lost his whole family, I believe, because of that decision.
I feel like when you love what you do and you're good at it, like I would 100% support my man. Like as long as you're a good father off season, you know, when you're there, I'm going to be your Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You see how she is. I mean, they don't have a family, granted.
Right.
But I think if they did, she'd still be at every game. I think they'd still. So I think if that's the reason why he stopped, it's
But I think it's also like she's had to dial back her life to like, even though they have all the resources in the world, she's kind of like mama bear at home. So I think it's like she was finally like ready to have her husband. And even when you think, I think of it in two ways, because it's like, it's Tom Brady. Like
you marry football too if you marry this man.
Yeah, like he is the GOAT. Like he is the GOAT of all GOATs. And as a Giants fan, it's sad, but it's true. Like you have to acknowledge how incredible this man is at his sport. And it's like, if you're Tom Brady's wife, you know this is what life is.
Yes. This is what you marry. This is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
And it's like asking someone that, like, you know, something they're so passionate about and love.
It's like who he is.
Who he is. It's literally, you know, I say, let's do it. Let's get back on a team. I follow him wherever he goes. I was a Patriots fan because of him. I went to Tampa because wherever you go, I'm
you
here.
And Athena.
Except if you go on the
and my cousin
like
Joanna,
Jets,
all of you.
Yeah.
All of you people.
I'm a bandwagon. I just, you know.
Yeah, Patriots, Bucks, like doing it up for Tom. And then that's fine. He's great. But
no shame in my game.
I definitely agree with that. But I also see her perspective where it's like, even if you thought all this time, like, okay, I'm writing. Now he's done finally. And then it's like.
It's okay. She was obviously sleeping with him.
No.
Don't quote me.
Okay. I'm dead. True, but okay.
No. The point is now she seems happy. She's in a relationship. Hopefully she gets that family feel she wants. And Tom Brady, let's get back out on this field.
Yes. And she does have like probably a more low-key, definitely a more low-key man. So hopefully she's happy. Hopefully he's happy. We'll see you on the turf, Tommy. Yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, I wish them both the best. I think she's happy. They have a beautiful family. And even though they didn't stay together, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
That didn't go with that.
We'll be back next week with better use of sound.
We'll learn these.
Okay, let's switch over to our book. We read A Court of Thorns and Roses, chapters 23 to 31 this week. ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. Let me not forget our queen author. We are deeper into the story, loving this book. How are you feeling so far?
So
before
good.
We get into
so
it?
good. While I was reading it, I'm like, did you read yet? I can't believe this happened.
Yes. I need to tell you to cut the shit.
I know.
You need to stop texting me. You're like, you texted me, you're like, Resand eyes. And I'm like, bitch, don't fucking tell me.
You're like, I don't even know who that is yet.
No. I mean, I know he was the daddy from the Great Right Night, but I didn't know that he was a naughty daddy. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, do not tell me. Like, I have to warn you because you will.
But no, I feel like I kept it vague. And then if you don't respond to it,
It's
I'm like,
you're
she's not caught
me.
up yet.
You are.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
testing me
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay. So we start out with Feyre. So basically Tamlin kisses her eyes and like the whole true world of Prythian is unveiled to her. So she learns that she was under a glamour because in the beginning, Tamlin didn't want her to be too scared. So she starts to see everything as it truly is.
And there was fairies there that she didn't even know were there.
Yes. Which is crazy.
I know. Especially when they saw her walking to like the...
Oh, yes.
What is that one? The puka? Like no one... They probably were laughing at her ass.
Yeah.
Like, look at this
She's
dumb
like,
human.
I had a show. I had an audience. Literally. They have popcorn out.
Oh,
Like, that
so
was
great.
really funny. So she didn't even recognize Alice.
Yeah.
She was like this tree human, like hybrid looking thing. And she was like literally talking to Alice. She's like,
And
"Where's
Alice
today?"
didn't know that she was glamoured.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, hello, it's me.
It's Mama.
What's wrong with you?
That was so crazy. That really was crazy. So then she also found out too that like even when she had been in the garden with Tamlin, she had a glamour over her, so like Adder couldn't see. Like she was masked so that she couldn't be seen or heard. Like she was protected by this magic. So then after this part, we learn about a head of a member of the High Fae was found outside.
Yeah, like their head was on a stake or something.
Yes. And it was a message, essentially, we come to learn from the Night Court, which is
the one that had slaves and didn't believe in the treaty.
And that's Rhysand's court. And we didn't even know.
Leave my man alone because I feel like he's going to be.
I knew.
You know what I like about him? Well, I don't want to jump the ship, but like,
we'll go there.
Okay, I'll tell you what part. What
I
made me like
know.
my mans,
I
but-
already know, But yeah, so it was like essentially said to be, oh, like this is a prank or something. And we're like, what is going on? Like, this is so disturbing. I just couldn't believe that.
Yeah. I mean, she should have ran after that.
Then we get to the summer solstice celebration, which was more fun.
A girl gets turned.
Shit is happening. Shit is happening. But then they brush it off. I was so happy that she just let loose, had a night.
And Tamlin can play.
Yes, she had her
Something. I don't know.
Was
Let's
that
hear
a
guitar.
banjo
I don't
or-
know what the heck you
So they had the summer celebration. She had her fairy wine. She's getting loose. Lucian is like, Tamlin's going to kill me. I love that he just enjoyed it. By the way, there's a camera up there, but it's a security camera. And I keep
thinking it's one of our cameras.
I keep looking up at it and like,
You better wave now.
it's in my vantage point, and it's if you see me looking up, I keep looking at this stupid camera. It's a security camera in the studio.
Yeah, that's a look.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna stop looking at the camera. So she lets loose, and I love that when Tamlin heard about it, he was playing music. He got up with her. He danced.
He was letting loose too. He was probably drinking that same fairy dust.
They just fully enjoyed it. They fully enjoyed it, and then it was ruined.
I called it fairy dust. Let's rewind that because it was a drink, not like
It was very
wasn't drugs.
wine. But same difference. That's when recent your boy ruins everything.
My boy comes in hot,
He comes in
and he don't like being glamored. My boy's like, I'm not with that shit.
Yes, they were hiding her. He knew something was up. There was a place setting for 3. What's going on? So then, and even Lucian tried to take the fall for Feyre and was like, oh, I'm with her.
See, my thing too is, remember when he met her when they had the little gathering thing? He didn't see, I feel like this is how I know he must not be as bad as we think he is.
Okay.
Because he was nice to her. He saved her from these people. Those guys were scared of him because they knew who he was. So I think knowing that this is Tamlin's girl now he's like,
It's
but
a
I
pawn,
didn't,
like
but I don't think he felt that way in the beginning about her when he first met her.
Right. I think he would have slept with her.
Yeah, I think he was into her.
Yeah, he
I think she
was.
looked good.
Yeah.
And I think now that he has to play the bad guy because him and
Yes.
Tamlin aren't friends.
And it was funny because Lucian tried to take the fall and he was like, oh, this is my girl, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts infiltrating her mind, I guess, looking at her memories and was like, why is she thinking of you in this way, Tamlin? Why this? Why that? And it was also embarrassing for her because now all her memories are out in front of Lucian and Tamlin.
Yep, so invasive.
It's like your things in your brain that you think about your crush are said to your crush. So then he obviously realizes that. And then we come to learn. So basically they're calling him her whore, who's
There's a lot of she.
Amarantha
Yeah.
is now it's revealed who this powerful queen is.
Yeah, she's a high lord too.
Yeah. And he was like, she will slit your throat. She will slaughter this girl.
See, now I'm already thinking her and Tamlin must have had a thing. Because why else would she care who Tamlin's dating?
That could be.
I think they must have been lovers or something.
Yeah.
Because he's had a lot of them. He's dated queens. He's dated.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like they have enemies. Yeah, because the energy changed because when first it was Lucian, Rhysand was like, oh, your parents are going to be like, oh, just another
ashamed.
low standard bitch that you have, whatever. And the tone definitely changed. But it's also because it's a move. Oh, shoot, I have a High Lord's weakness. Right
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Now I know your weakness. And freaking dumb girl, Feyre, says a different name.
Yeah,
I got so mad at that. I was like, now, I knew right when she said a different name. And she said someone that she knew, a girl from her town. So I was like, this poor girl is going to be killed.
She should have thought of she should have made up a name, but she was under pressure, thinking quick, couldn't stutter, she said, because if she took too long, he would pull it out of her, from her mind. So she had to be certain and quick. And she just said a random name that she was like, this is a friend of a friend or something. She didn't really know this chick like that. But her sisters did, and it was their friend.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we come to learn that she gets taken, not killed, but her family
Yeah.
gets killed.
Yeah.
Just super sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, she was protecting her family, number one. At least she was smart enough in
Feyre.
that moment to be like, I'm not using my name.
She and Tamlin deserve each other. They're both weak.
Oh my God. What? Okay, so now explain to us what you mean by
Why,
what was it?
Okay, so when he told Tamlin to kneel, he said, I won't tell her, but you got to kneel in front of me.
Yeah.
I even like Lucian better because he's has more of a backbone.
Yeah.
Like, if he had the powers that Tamlin had, I think he would be like nice and tough. But the fact that he kneeled, I knew, even though he was going to beg this guy not to say anything, I knew the guy would. Which we find out that he did say something because they took the wrong girl. I was just, I don't know, I've lost, I know he did it to protect her, but, for how powerful you are, it was so demeaning where I'm just like, ugh, I like this new guy now because he has Tamlin, on his knees.
Because
so that's what I like.
Because he bowed in front of another man.
Exactly. And I just to send her away after all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree, but I don't quite see it like that because I feel that Tamlin is just protecting her, and he's like, okay, I'll play the game because these people are irrational. Keep in mind, these are the people who sent High Lord's head on a stake.
Exactly. You'd think he's not going to say anything. That's why I thought it was naive.
Of course he's going to say something, but at the same time, he's just playing the game.
He sent her away.
He's just, I got to do what I got to do, and it is what it is. Yes. Okay, so you like Reese. I will like Tamlin.
Team Reese.
And you don't like that Feyre said the name, and I agree.
I just think it's so, and then my thing too is, no offense to this High Queen or whatever she is. How dumb are you not to know that obviously this girl that's not living a great life, I would have been like, it has to be this family that's living in riches because Tamlin would take care of her family.
Yeah.
It just, 1 + 1 don't equal 2 with it. I was just like, I would have thought a little more. This girl might have been lying.
Right. And that's for sure.
And if he could pull thoughts, it's just, but
she
queen,
was like, it
wasn't Reese that way about her.
She was like, let me just say something real quick, and she said it so matter of factly and so quickly that she felt like she was securing, this is really
Well, I know Reese didn't go to the town and get the girl because he would have known it wasn't her.
Right. So that's what happened. She went home. So, Tamlin basically after all this was like, you gotta go. This is getting too messy. I thought I could do it. Da-da-da. So they have one last night together and they sleep together.
They do it.
They do it.
Weakling.
What do you mean by that?
They do it. That was a good one.
That thing.
And guys, I'm so sorry. We will cut down the sounds to appropriate usage. So then he says, I love you that night. Mm-hmm. Which was...
She never said it back.
Yeah, she wasn't ready. It wasn't time. She's pissed. He's sending her home.
Now it's not an issue. Now, because he's trying to protect her, it's not an issue to send her home. Make it make sense.
No, because that's extreme.
No, I think getting down on your knees in front of a man is extreme.
Fair. But the fact that he literally was like, you got to go, that's hard. She goes home, and then the family just all of a sudden is glamored to be like, she just came back. Everything's good.
Auntie died and left me all these riches.
Yeah, and then we do see that the position that they're living in, which was exactly as said, and perhaps more than we could have expected.
Kept his word.
All of a sudden, an investor came to their door. All of a sudden, all the money from the ships was good. They're in a great position. But Nesta's not speaking.
My girl Nesta, when she came clean and said that she went to look for her, she couldn't get past the wall. I was like, wow, I didn't expect that.
I loved it. And Elaine had said she hasn't been talking and she went to find you. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, she's like, she went to visit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I like Nesta. I think she's tough.
What a powerful bitch. That shit didn't affect her. And she knew the whole time. And I loved that Feyre could have that moment with her sister and be real with her and tell her everything. And she could just bond with her family because it's been an insecurity of hers too. She's like, no one came for me. No one cared. Da-da-da. They all forgot about me. And the fact that she was like, wow, maybe there's more here than I thought. Maybe somebody does care about me. Maybe somebody was worried about me. And she did go up to the gates as far as she could get to find her sister.
But also her dad and Elaine were glamored. So maybe if, just like Nesta, because she knew it wasn't true, maybe the dad, when his leg was better, would have went for her. But he was still glamored. So it took the end conversation for them to all be looped in.
Yeah. So that was really crazy, and I loved that. The end of these chapters really just I was like, I don't want to put this down because that happened, and then all of a sudden they casually mentioned Claire Better's whole family died in a house fire. They all burned to a crisp. that was all at once at the end of the section that we read this week. And I was like, how am I going to solve?
Oh, and then I can't believe she also went back. So she wanted to protect her family.
The ending was nuts.
Cliffhanger. I'm just like, where'd this man go?
Yes.
Who he with?
She goes, no. Girl, it's not like she walked in and everything is the same in the manor and the gardens and then her man is missing. Everything is destroyed. Though, like, windows are blown out. Like, everything's in shambles. It's a ghost town. Not one person's there. Like, we have no idea
See,
what's
this man
happening.
couldn't even keep his kingdom. Good thing she went home. Tamlin, weakling,
Oh
weakling.
Somebody get Amanda.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
She need a real man.
So what do you think happened? Let's go. Predictions.
Okay, predictions.
Your
So
favorite.
I think this queen chick, I think she attacked, because obviously she loves this man and he got himself a new boo and she's like, you're not living happy under my world.
Yeah.
No. So I think she attacked and I think he fled. I think him and Lucian took the fairies that they had left, went somewhere else,
Yeah.
I don't think she took him because he's powerful. I mean, I just don't see why. But maybe she did. Maybe they're all in this area where the queen lives. But I would say the only thing I could really gauge is that maybe Tamlin and her had a thing. I think Lucian's with him.
Yeah, I think
That's
they're in
pretty
like an
much-
all-out war. Like, I think something is up. Like, I think they're fighting. I think
they should be focused on this blight thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand.
I know, but I think that this is the thing with the Night Court. They found out that the Spring Court is weakened by the blight. So now they've come after them. That was pointed out in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they know this, they're taking advantage. So this would make sense that this is when they're making their move.
Mm.
So I think something big is happening there. And I'm still waiting for Fair's mom to appear on the other
Maybe
side.
she's the High Queen.
Could you imagine? I would pee.
Actually,
everywhere.
that's like disgusting, especially if, Tamlin.
No, definitely not. That's definitely not
It
it.
can't be it.
Maybe she's like held captive somewhere over there, but happy. Like who
Maybe
knows?
she's one of the slaves.
Oh,
sick.
Could you imagine? There's something. I feel. Oh my god, I feel bad for Claire too. I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that.
Claire.
Better.
Oh,
Where is she?
that poor chick.
Where is she? What's she doing?
Mm.
Claire, what's going on? So I guess we'll see next
Poor
week.
Claire. I can't get over that. Oh,
I know. Amanda was really pissed when that happened.
I'm like, that's I don't like that shit.
When that happened, she was literally like, I can't believe this hoe. I
was so mad. I was done with her.
Yeah.
Off my
I
list.
was dying.
You know what? She doesn't deserve Reese. Reese deserves a real bitch.
Goodness. Here we go. So for next week, we'll find out a little bit more. This was a really great cliffhanger that we were left off of. I can't wait to get right back into the book. So we will be reading chapters 33 to 38 for next Wednesday. Amanda, would you like to plug in our socials, honey?
Yes. Please make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Book Please Podcast. We're also on Facebook, Book Please Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter/X at Book Please Pod. And then make sure to subscribe on YouTube.
Thanks, guys.